How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have another model unboxing. Yay! Anyways, let's open it up and see what model we are unboxing this time. And the model is the NG models Boeing 787-9 in the Etihad Choose USA livery. I've wanted this aircraft in this particular livery quite a while now. Now I chose the Choose USA livery particularly because all the others were kind of boring, like the Thailand one I believe had flowers on it, and the Choose China had a dragon, a red dragon on the side of their aircraft. And I feel like in this livery there was loads of things going on. Now the reason why I chose this particular livery for this aircraft is because, well, one, I really wanted the aircraft, and two, I really like how Etihad have kind of added these designs to their livery for countries around the world. I think the reason why I chose the Choose USA livery is because it has the most going on in the livery. Within the livery, there's USA's most famous landmarks. I could have got the Choose UK livery on the A380, however I wasn't really looking for an A380. I've wanted a 787 for quite a while now in one of these particular liveries, so that's probably the main reason why I got this aircraft in this livery. Now let's remove this box real quick. And let's take a closer look at the actual box. Now on this box, I can't actually tell which side is the front. Like, would you say that side is the front or that side? I know that on Gemini jets, they have their pick art of the aircraft on the back, so maybe that is the front, but then to me that looks like that's more likely to be the back. Oh, I don't have a clue. But anyways, let's just say that this is the front. Now, I do think that it is a really nice livery. It obviously, on the front, on our front, it shows Etihad's normal livery, but then on the back, it has the Choose USA, obviously in the text, but also the Statue of Liberty pick art on the bottom. Now, unlike the Gemini Jets boxes, NG models don't actually have a flap to reveal the model and see what it looks like. Also, another thing with this box, it doesn't go into details with any specifications of the aircraft, like its max speed and its max altitude, etc. The only detail that it does tell you about the aircraft is obviously its 1/400 scale and its registration, which is Alpha 6 Bravo Lima Charlie. On the bottom it just tells you the warnings and the barcode. On the right side it just has the pick art again, the Boeing 787 and the scale. On the top it says obviously the same thing, and on the left hand side it says the same thing again. So the box is very detailed, but it doesn't tell you any specifications of the aircraft. Now I feel like I have been waffling on a little bit too long, so now I think we should open it up and get the model out of its box. Now looking at this actual aircraft, the details are absolutely fantastic. The paintwork is all shiny and new. Oh, it just looks so clean. Now on this model, the wheels do move, all of them do move, the front landing gear and the rear landing gear. And the tyres are actually rubber, unlike Gemini jets, which I think is really good, because when you put them down, it doesn't sound like you're dropping them, it's quite smooth. Now the one thing I really do like about the Dreamliner is the Trent 1000s. They are my favourite engines of any aircraft. They sound amazing, they look amazing. Another thing that I really like about the Dreamliner is that it has mad wing flex. Now we've got the model out of its box and we've looked at it for a bit. Let's actually take a closer look at all the details on this model. First of all, guys, I'm just going to say that I'm sorry if the lighting isn't as good. It's because I'm on a dark desk, so it's like making everything get darker in the camera. Right, so looking at the aircraft in more detail, we have the nose cone of the Dreamliner, we have the co-pilot. So looking at the aircraft in more detail, we have the nose cone of the Dreamliner, the cockpit windows, the front landing gear, which I believe the tyres are made out of rubber rather than plastic, which is what Gemini jets usually have them, but they still roll. Next is the Etihad titles above the windows at the front of the fuselage. I think that Arabic writing next to it also says Etihad, but just in Arabic. Then just under the windows, it says Choose USA, and under that it says From Abu Dhabi to the World. Then obviously just in front of the Etihad title we have the L1 door. Just underneath the Etihad title we have the L2 door, and then just down here we have the Trent 1000 engine 1. Further down is obviously the wingtip, which goes to a nice point. I really like the Dreamliner's wings. They look really smooth, and the wing flex is insane on these when you see them flying. And then just above the title on the top of the roof there is the first antenna, the Wi-Fi box, and moving down even further we now obviously have the main part of the livery. Now at the front here we have, I believe, the mountains of Yellowstone. Then we have the Golden Gate Bridge. Palm trees I think are meant to show Hawaii. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think the city of New York. I think that's the city of New York. I can't really tell. I think it might be the Empire State Building. Then we have the Chrysler next to that. And then finally we have the Statue of Liberty. I believe that they're like the main points of interest that you want to go to when exploring the US. And that's kind of like the main features of this livery for this aircraft. Anyways, moving on to the rear of the aircraft, we have the L3 door and the L4 door. Obviously the main tail with the patterned Etihad style pattern with like all the different shades of grey, white, brown and yellow, I guess you could say. Then we have the stabilizers at the back, and finally the APU exhaust. Now on the underneath we have the underneath of the two engines. We have the front landing gear which rolls. We have the rear landing gear which also roll. These tyres are also made out of rubber. Then in between the rear landing gear we have the Etihad titles in the centre of the underneath of the fuselage. And then here we have the front cargo door. At the rear we have the third and final antenna. On the other side is the other cargo door, right there. So turning it back over, the other side is the exact same. There's not really much difference. Well, there isn't any difference at all, really. I will point out that the only thing that is different is on this side where it says Choose USA and From Abu Dhabi to the World. On this side, it says it all in Arabic. So I'm guessing that says Choose USA. And underneath that it says From Abu Dhabi to the World. I'm just guessing that. So that's pretty much the end of taking a closer look at this aircraft. So let's see what my opinion is. So what are my opinions on this particular aircraft and the livery? Well, I think that the aircraft itself is really neat. Like, I really love the 787 Dreamliner, especially the Trent 1000s. Oh my god, they're amazing. Yeah, anyway, the livery itself, I think it looks amazing, honestly. I don't think there's any problems with it. It's probably the best one. The UK one is probably like equal. Between the UK one and the USA one, they're probably equal. They look they both look really nice, apart from one's got it on the A380 and the other one's got it on the Dreamliner. Yeah, I really do like the 787 in the Etihad livery. Etihad's livery looks really clean anyway, so adding this extra bit of detail onto their aircraft and onto their livery just kind of almost shows off their destinations of where they fly to and things like that. Now, I'm sure Etihad will return to their regular flights to their regular destinations when coronavirus goes, if it goes. I'm not saying it will, but anyways, my opinions on the actual model itself. Now, I would say that I really like NG's mould on the 787. It looks autocorrect proportion. Now, I would probably give the mould a 10 because I can't find any faults with it. It looks really, really nice. Moving on to the paintwork of the aircraft. Again, I think I'm going to have to give that a 10. It all looks absolutely amazing. I haven't found any faults with it. Knowing that this is my first NG model from NG Models, it looks really, really nice. I'm actually surprised, and I think that it will be similar with all of their model aircraft. So like I said again, I think I'm going to give the actual livery's paintwork, because I just can't find any faults with the mould, with the paintwork, anything. It looks really, really nice, looks realistic. And finally, moving on to the box. Obviously, I can't really tell which way is the front, so I think it'd be nice for NG Mods to actually show which side is the front. Because I don't have a clue unless I'm just dumb, because as far as I'm aware, but maybe NG Models is slightly different. We will see in the future if I do get another NG Models model. So I think rating wise, I will give the box itself probably an 8.5. I would only take away half the rating because I can't tell which side is the proper front, but I think I'll take away a whole rating because there are literally no specifications of the aircraft. You know, it's nice to have the specifications on the box. It'd be really nice to, you know, like you could, when people do unboxings like me, you can show people the specifications and things like that, but oh well. But overall, to do with the mould, the livery, and the box itself, I think I'm going to give it probably a 9. The box isn't as important as the rest of the model, but you know, it's nice to have the box. It's a nice thing to kind of have it. For some people, it's also another collector's item. For me, not personally, it's a collector's item, but I'm just keeping the boxes just in case I sell them in the future. But apart from that, yeah, I will say it's a 9.5. The box is a bit of a letdown, but that's not so important to some people. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you to all of you for watching. I really do recommend this model. If you are wanting to buy this aircraft in the future, I will say that it is on the Aircraft Model Store website for only £42, which can be quite pricey for some people, but actually that's probably the average price for most aircraft on the Aircraft Model Store. So I think that's a really good price. I really do recommend it at that price. There are other choices for the Etihad special liveries. Like I've said before, I'm not going to repeat myself a third time because I've already said that way too much in this video. But without further ado, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.